So Pulsechain has higher throughput, better security, lower environmental impact to the point of nearly none, is a newer coin with more features, is faster than Bitcoin. But Bitcoin has an $800 billion market cap. Pulsechain doesn't. Why? Well, we're new. We're on the way, right? Things will get better, in my opinion. So, like, oh, and for you listening, is that a forward-looking price statement? Nope, not a forward-looking price statement, not financial advice. So we've got a wonderful network. We've got wonderful features. We've got wonderful airdrop. There's, you can do lending on the Pulsechain network. There's projects that let you borrow coins. There's projects that there's stable coins on Pulsechain. There's all types of stuff people have launched on Pulsechain. Guys, the network is good. Works great. Oh, and the bridge is free too. Somebody set the bridge to 0 fee so that using the bridge has no fee, both directions. So if you go to bridge.pulsechain.com, there's no fees currently. In, out, either way, no fees. Now you're going to pay a fee on the Ethereum network. Nothing you can do about that. That's Ethereum's side, right? So you got a great network and you got a ton of free coins. And it's worked flawlessly for 7 months. Go make it great, guys. Launch stuff on it, use it, build fiat on-ramps, make a money transmitter in your state, make a licensed money transmitter in your state, and you can, make the community better. Like,
Hey everybody, and welcome back to a Hex Token channel, Superman Crypto and Pulsechain YouTube. And of course, a big welcome to everybody. If you're new, smash the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell on the way in. And of course, we're going to get into some good stuff around Pulsechain. Pump your bags in the bull market. Man, there's so many good opportunities, and we've been covering them on this channel virtually every day. Many of you would have made mad gains because all the ones we're talking about are pretty much firing. And man, the bull market is only warming up. So get into it, folks. It's going to be pretty awesome. We're going to check them all out again today. Plus some more Pulsechain project news. We've got some bullish things coming ahead of us, so it should be fun. So let's get into it without further ado. We've got lies beneath the house. Beneath the house? No, lies beneath the truth. Yeah, that sounds a bit more like it. Hello, how are you today? Very good. We've got a storm outside brewing. It is summer, but apparently some storms decided to come in the way, and then it's going to be sunny again. Hex, EHEX, PLS, PLXX, and the center for the win, 100%. So we rock and roll. We got Wookie in the house there. Hey, it's Wookie. Wookie is ready to go. That's what we like. Eddie in the house there. Pulsechain for the win. Woo! You got it. Pulsechain for the win, big time. We've had some really nice stuff coming out from our DeFi projects on Pulsechain. Really getting exciting with value creation. Creepy Coin as well. Hello. Good to see you, Creepy Coin. Joey Torres in the house there. Hi, all. The other thing we're seeing is a lot of money coming over the bridge as well. So I like that on a regular basis. So that's a real turn of events there. Who else has jumped in here? We've got Hex Big Kahuna. Hey, Big Kahuna, welcome. We've got Sandy Beach in the house there. Hello, Hex Token, everybody. Good to see you, Sandy Beach. Welcome to the chat as well. And of course, if you want to join up the Strategy Club, there is Wookie's link. Nice one there, Wookie. Right, let's get into it. Without further ado, we're going to kick off with the stock market as usual, and we're going to do a wrap up of the markets. So let's get into it. It is the end of the week for the stock market, so the last day. So let me find out our situation there. Bam, and let's get into it. All right. So stock market, the S&P 500 clinches record high as Meta's mega rally fuels bulls. And look at the stock market today. Wow, up, green. Dow Jones up a 0.35%, 134 points to 38,654. Look at that on the max chart there, all-time highs, man, just crazy. The S&P 500 up 1.07%, 52 points to 4,958. Man, not far away from 5,000, breaking all-time records as well. The Nasdaq is pretty close to all-time records. You can see there a double top almost at the moment, almost there. 1.74% increase, 267 points to 15,628. And I think the all-time high was just above that, 15,634, somewhere like that. So it's pretty close, as you can see, to all-time highs in the Nasdaq as well, with all the tech companies in it. So wow, what a big rally in the stock market. The dollar there is up versus trading partners 103.82. Let's look at the commodities. West Texas at the moment is down. The oil price there down almost 2% at $72.40. Brent oil there down 1.63% at $77. Pretty interesting, given that the Middle East conflict has moved into a more regional status. Gold there, we've got that is down 0.7%, $14 to $2,057. Silver there down 2% there to 45 cents, down to $22.78. So that's kind of a wrap up of the markets there for stock and commodities. We got some news around the economics. Blowout jobs report muddies rate cut outlook. In other words, the data's been coming out. It's been generally stronger than expected, and so therefore people thinking interest rates are going to stay up for longer. That's pretty much the outtake there. The U.S. economy added far more jobs than expected in January, with non-farm payrolls in the world's largest economy rising to 353,000 last month, much more than 187,000 jobs expected. So that's a massive increase. The strong hiring activity comes as the number of people that entered the job market or the participation rate unexpectedly fell, albeit slightly, pushing average hourly earnings or wage growth to 0.6% from 0.4% a month earlier, confounding economists' expectations of a decline of 0.3%. Stronger wage growth, which threatens to boost inflation, muddied the outlook for rate cuts, with some economists now suggesting the first rate cut could be delayed. This morning's report, coupled with ongoing solid indications of consumer activity, which we talked about previously earlier in the week there, and uncertainty in terms of disinflation trend, should be more than enough to justify higher rates for longer, potentially into the second half of the year. Now, we're still calling about May or June. It's kind of where I'm still sitting on this, but we may have increasing charts. We'll probably have a slightly delayed recession expectation into the final quarter of this year. Is probably, and that's probably good news from that point of view. So we'll see how it goes. I think that sort of is inevitable now. The higher the rates, right, big long lagged effect, and then we're going to get that hit on the economy. So that's kind of where we're expecting at the moment, which hit the economy and employment market. So yeah, just dragging it out, as it were, dragging it out. So that is pretty much the stock market. Let's get into Bitcoin. Look at this, green. Do you like green? I like green. Bitcoin there, $43,209. Ethereum there at $2,309, looking pretty good. And Bitcoin dominance at 50.18%. So market's looking pretty good, green across the board, as you can see with a lot of the leaders in crypto. That leads us on into Bitcoin, and Bitcoin above the 50-day moving average. That's bullish, folks. Bullish. So here we are. We got the moving average at 42K on the 50-day moving average there. We've got our golden cross. You can see way back down here, and that's looking bullish. So everything looking pretty good at the moment as we're getting closer and closer to, you know what? Yes, you know, the Bitcoin halving. All right, so the Bitcoin halving here. Let's have a look at the ruler. How many days away are we? Well, 72 days. Man, it's climbing down. It's getting down. We're below 2.5 months away. Bitcoin halving. It's going to be glorious, folks. Obviously, we've got geopolitical risks out there, and the stock market's pretty overheated. So those are kind of our two black swans that we're kind of looking at. But other than that, market news is looking very good, specifically for crypto. Looking cool. Let's move on from there. We've got Ethereum at the moment is getting itself back, trying to get back over the 50 moving average as well, which is currently at 2,300. We've been sitting here for a little while, but we're heading in the right direction. Bitcoin's heading in the right direction, so I gather Ethereum will as well. And of course, remember, we're expecting Proto sharding is being tested, and hopefully maybe we'll get that by March with on the mainnet. So fingers crossed for that. And of course, that's bullish for Optimism and Arbitrum there. So far so good. Moving on into a Pulsechain. Richard Hart's been pretty active, and it's just great, right? Really good leadership coming out from Richard. And of course, Ethereum looks really awesome. Enjoy your free coins. Once again, looking at PulseX incentive, Hex, etc. Lies beneath knows about that, talking how bullish it is. So kind of cool. And he posted that out earlier today, 16 hours ago. He had 62,000 views on that so far. He also came out with a few more comments here. No matter how many times I warn you guys, a couple of you are just too stupid to be saved. Every single post I make, imposters and scammers post a fake giveaway or scam to scam you. It's your job to mass report them until they're banned. I can't warn you every single post. Also, there's fake bridge ads, fake everything, fake telegrams, fake support, fake every possible thing. Whatever it takes to scam you, they're doing it. Thus, you must take your security seriously. The vast majority of users are not scammed, so it really must not be too hard. There will be imposters and scam posts in this thread, like there has been in every other thread. Report them. This scammy exists for Ethereum and every other possible ecosystem as well. 50,000 views on that so far. Pro tip, he says, a couple easy ways to identify imposters is, number one, they talk messed up. The username is misspelled from characters that look similar. 3, they have no followers. 4, their recent posts have been off topic. 5, they have a girl's name. Yep, there's quite a few girls in crypto. Yeah, apparently. They message you. 7, they want you to go to a website or give them your seed words or do anything for them. Number 8, they ask you for money. So be careful with that one. The latest scam is some fake Hex launchpad. It's fake. By the way, I think it's often people scam that don't speak English that well, which sucks, because if you don't speak English well, the scams are more effective than the warnings. English is really a powerful tool. Most software and science is done in English, good music and movies. So that is from Richard there. Kind of cool. And here is a nice example here of some fake scam. So be careful, everybody. Be careful. So cool. All right, that is from Richard. Some nice little leadership there around the Pulsechain and some good caring there. Sharing is caring. So nice one there from Richard to lead us into the Pulsechain news. What else? Let's jump in. Before we get into the full-on markets, we're going to cover day results for day 266. Before we do that, let's check out see everyone else has jumped in the chat there as well. We've got Scott in the house there. Bull market coming. I like it, Scott. It certainly looks good. We've got Tintop as well. Tintop, what's up? Mexicans say Tintop, welcome to the chat there. Sandy Beach says the economy is doing good, actually. Yeah, it seems to be doing good on many fronts. Other fronts, it's doing very badly. So it is maybe the quiet before the storm there. A lot of the policies the Biden administration are doing are dreadful, Sandy Beach. So a lot of the stuff you're seeing is actually being pushed up by what they call the 7 wonders of the world. We'll call it. We'll see how that goes. QQ says, but people ain't. That's the thing. Economy is an illusion in a sense. It is indeed. There is a lot of bad things happening, but what we're seeing is some of the big tech companies sort of leading the way at this stage. But man, if they capitulate, we are expecting a turning point at the what quarter we're in now. Next quarter, we're expecting a lot of unemployment to reverse there, Sandy Beach. So keep a lookout for that. Things can turn down pretty well. What else there? My 401k and IRA are doing really good. Yeah, stock market's up. Obviously, the Magnificent 7 are pushing up the stock market. And that's, being, one could argue being manipulated up there. Hard to tell as 95% of money is basically leverage. Let's jump through some of these. Check my pulse. Good evening, Superman. Good to see you. Check my pulse. Welcome. RH for the win says lies beneath. Absolutely. We've got Pumpkin Al in the house as well. Hoot, hoot. Good to see Pumpkin Al. Who else is there? Good evening, Hex Token family. Good evening to you. What else we got there? Yes, the debt is at, last time I checked, it was at 33 trillion. Is it 34, maybe even 34 trillion in the US? Yeah, the debt is huge. So it's got to be a day of reckoning coming for that at some stage. Are we in the final bull market? Are we in the final bull market before the day of reckoning? That's always the question, right? Are we in the final bull market? It looks very likely that this could be the final mega run before all the reckoning takes there. So with that in mind, remember to take profits in this bull market because it could be the great last rally there. All right, let's see how we get on. Let's jump into it. Day 266 on the old Pulsechain, and of course we got Pulse there at 000125, down 4%. It's 25% above the mean sacrifice price, holding well there. Pulsex at the moment, quadruple 0509, down 5% as well. The buy and burn continues to climb. 688, it's almost 689 billion has been bought up and burned on Pulsex, with 3.37% of the public supply off the market forever. So 3.37% off the market forever there. We've got incentive token there at $2.86, down 7.22%. The ratio is still holding very well for incentive token there, 22,949 pulse per one incentive. We're heading towards 24 million in supply, and so far we're at 118,000 burned through the TRH protocol there from Jacob's ecosystem. Now, I would say that we're about to go to V4. Apparently, it's going to be pretty amazing. So it's coming out at some stage. We never really can't judge the timing with Jacob. We just got to wait. And when he's ready, he's ready. At the moment, he's definitely focusing on Pulsebot. But I understand that one of the other protocols in his suite could be coming out soon. So stay tuned for that. Hex there is at 1.64 cents on PHEX. That's down 4.3%. And EHEX at the moment, 85/100th of a penny. So the combined price of EHEX and PHEX is sitting at pretty much 2.5 cents. So not too bad there at the moment. Holding, waiting for it. We're waiting for it to bust 3 cents. Once it does, you can say goodbye to getting cheap Hex, I reckon. Once we break that 3 cent mark, we've already had a number of resistances there. And yeah, once it goes, it's going to go. So, don't say you weren't told. Do not say you were not told. All right, Governor? All right, and enough of that. Let's move on. So that's day 266. And we got some good news here out of Coast. So Coast is the fiat on-ramp, as you guys know, to Pulsechain. So you can directly on-ramp from fiat to Pulsechain. And you can buy directly now Hex and PulseX and stuff like that on their website, which is pretty good with fiat directly. Isn't that cool? Now, if you want to join up to Coast to do that, you can use Brian's link. He's our community leader. His link is in the video description. So you can use this link. You will get 5,000 weight tokens as a bonus as well. So definitely check that out. The link is in the video description for Brian's referral link. Right else there says, you can buy Hex directly with USD. Millions of Hex are being bought in the last few weeks. So really things have turned around for Pulsechain big time. And you can see some of the big candles here buying Hex just on the Coast platform itself directly with fiat. So looking pretty good there. What's that? $180,000 worth of Hex there. I guess I'm not sure what units that is. Oh, it's Hex tokens, dollars. Yeah, $180,000 there. So I've had some good little uplift there in the old Hex there. So big shout out to Coast. All right, that is the Pulsechain chart. Let's get into that. So 0001,249 looking pretty good in the chart. I like this consolidation. Looks pretty cool to me. And the RSI is just cooling off down. We're down now, back underneath the overbought period, down at 61.5. So looking pretty good there at the moment is the old Pulse. PulseX at the moment is also looking pretty similar. Quadruple 05089, and the RSI there on the daily is cooled off as well, down at 63. Moving into incentive token there, $2.86, and the ratio to Pulse holding up pretty well. Also, look at that, a little bounce off 16,800, back up again, challenging this 23.6 retracement on the Fibonacci. So looking back good there at 23,000 is the old incentive token. Has been the talk of the town. Man, mad gains with that lately, right? Mad gains with the incentive token there. Hex, PHEX, of course. This is on the 50-minute. Let me go to the daily there. It's the daily chart at the moment. Also looking pretty good. Like I say, once this breaks up, combined price with 3 cents, man, it's off to the races there. And of course, we've got the RSI chill at 53, 54. So lots of potential there. Now keep an eye out also for the MACD. The MACD waiting for that to switch around as well. Could be another little run. We're just having a nice little consolidation phase at higher highs there so far. So looking good. EHEX as well, pretty similar story. 85/100th of a penny, and the RSI there chill down at 52. So just is it getting ready, consolidating, getting ready to wind up for another move. Looking good to me. Now moving into the combined price of EHEX and PHEX. Here we are on InvestX, and let's see where the price is. Combined price. Really looking forward to this. Once it goes, it's going to go. It's going to be strong, and it's going to be good. It's going to be good. All right, so we're at 2.5 cents at the moment. Like I say, once we break this 3 cent line here, this long here, go off to the races, right? Off to the races, potentially up to 6.5 cents. Potentially up to 6.5 cents. Could be pretty exciting. And bring it on, right? Bring it on. So let's go. That is a PHEX, EHEX combined. Let's have a check out some of the other cool things, the validators. Let me go to the validators. What's happening here? This thing is too fluid. Let me go to the validators there. 52,754 validators and 1.69 trillion off the market, looking pretty good. Let's look at the gas prices there. 197,000 beats, so that's nice and cheap at the moment. 9/10 of a penny for a Pulsex swap. 500th of a penny for a Pulsechain transfer, and 2/10 of a penny for a PRC20 transfer at the moment. So we're 1,300 times cheaper than Ethereum, $11.50 to do a swap on Ethereum at the moment, and 4,700 times cheaper than Bitcoin, $2.46 to send Bitcoin at the moment. And of course, we're pretty much cheaper than everybody except maybe close to Polygon there. and maybe slightly Monero there, but pretty much in the ballpark. All right, let's jump over to the bridge and look at how much money's coming in. We're at 124,700. Sorry, 124 million. Sorry, my bad. My bad. 124,700,000 bridged over to Pulsechain. So looking still pretty strong. Keep an eye on that number because I really expect that to move up again soon. Keep a lookout for that. Kind of cool. Yeah, the other one we'll do is look at Pulsex volumes. Everything's looking good. Trades all up, volumes all up, liquidity up there. Look at that. It's looking pretty nice, isn't it? Everything's up on there. And what's the other one I looked at? Locked. Let's look at locked. We can see that Pulse really off the market is quite strong. Validators, $210 million off the market with Validators. Liquid loans, 136 million. So huge. Like we're sitting around 17% just between those two. But of course, we've got other Pulsechain locked. 50 billion on the bridge. Fiat there, 21 billion. And Times pays me, I don't know what that is, 4 billion. And ZKZX, what is it? I was saying it all yesterday. I can't remember now. That's, ZKZX there is also there at 733 million off there as well. Why is it's just eluding my mind? It'll come back to me. Anyway, so that is the results. We're at day 266. We're going to be starting day 267, and that's coming up shortly. So kind of cool. Let's jump over to the top PRC 20s, and let's see what the top ones are there. Everything's pretty much down here. What do we got? Wise tokens up 3.4% there. Aave is up 40%. Nice little move for Aave. Let's quickly look at that. That is the only one that seems to be up at the moment on my list. Yeah, nice little pump there on the Aave. Kind of cool, looking good. Let's have a look at the whole history of Aave there on Pulsechain. That is it. So it's about to break out to new territory. Very interesting here. So keep an eye out on this. What's the RSI? Overbought on the daily. So just be careful here. But man, if the RSI was a lot cooler, we might be able to break out into the higher range here. So definitely one for the watch list, right? But may have done its dash this time. The weekly RSI is still pretty chill at 63, but I just feel like it'll probably need a bit of consolidating before having another go. That's probably my call there on this one, but that is looking pretty interesting as the old Aave, so definitely worthy there to keep on your watch list, keep a track on it. What else is up there? 10% up on Chainlink. Now, Chainlink's doing well, obviously, over on Chainlink there. So this is from Ethereum. It's up 10% here. I think it's reached all-time highs, is it, on the old Ethereum side, I think. Let's look at the daily there. So that is actually looking really good. So this Chainlink might break out. Pretty small liquidity on here, 8,400, this particular pair. But, man, this could break out to the upside. This is looking pretty interesting. I haven't got the RSI on there. Let's pull that up. RSI on Chainlink, on Pulsechain. And, heaps of room to move, folks. Heaps of room, 60%. Man, this is looking good. The volume there, pretty low volume though, 1,400. It is a small retail play, obviously, but man, pretty easy to make the market move stronger there. So definitely keep a lookout for Chainlink there. That chart's kind of looking groovy too. Everything else is kind of on the pullback. PDI, what a good call on PDI, man. You guys know it. If you're here watching daily, very good call. We called it in here, and it broke out, and of course you made mad gains, and what was that, 200% or something. And we called up around here when it's going to pull back on the RSI, just using the RSI and the horizontal levels, and it's came back down to 2100. So nice call there, right? We're chilling off here with the daily as well. It did have potential to move on the weekly. A lot of these Pulsechain charts do, but the weekly did get overbought as well. So that was a double confirmation that it was time to, sell out of that position near the top if you happen to get in there. I know some of you did. So congratulations to that. What else? Everything else, that's pretty much the top PRC 20s on my list. What else? We're going to go to the meme coins now, category number 3, as I say. We're sorting by liquidity, right? So I've got biggest liquidity pools at the top there. Reflux is the only one that's really up 11% there on Reflux. Who else is doing well there? Everything else is so. Now, BitBoy Ben Armstrong, we called this for a speculative trade. That trade played out. We also said to sell. That has pretty much ended now. So that's gone, Burger. The hype is gone. What else there? For the time being, I'm sure that Ben may be able to get that moving at some stage. What else? I think that's pretty much it at the moment. Let's jump over to the main category, Pulsechain projects. We've got this sorted by liquidity as well. Just going through what are some of the better movies. So what else there? We got BBC token is up 9% to 6 cents. That'd be good if you're farming on the 9-inch DEX, then you'll be happy about that. What else? Tetra there up 15%. Now, obviously, we're calling Tetra as one of the top protocols on Pulsechain. That has definitely broken out at the moment, but the RSI is pretty close to overbought. So just take that into account, and maybe it needs to consolidate a little bit there. But technically, it broke out over 9,000. That's kind of the breakout period to a new range, but maybe it needs to come back, test it before moving on there. So just be a bit cautious. But Tetra is definitely one of the ones to consider having on your blue chip portfolio, right? Is one of the most innovative protocols. Maybe they've got big pools. They've got the first one to bring a V3 DEX, V2 DEX, limit orders, the only one with limit orders for Pulsechain. They've got all this high-tech stuff coming in the future, Atlas and other projects that are coming, all high-end Web3 tools for traders and stuff like that, and for portfolio management. So Tetra definitely one of the top ones to have in your portfolio so far. So kind of cool. What else is there as well? ZKZX, of course, we've covered this since it launched. And of course, there it is. It came back to me. So Tornado Cash fork, it just disappeared. I was trying to get it in my mind, and I was going, "Where are you? I know you're around somewhere." It was a Tornado Cash fork. Now this is doing very well. Apparently, they've had 3 or 4% burn already. It's only been like a week since it's launched. So some crazy stuff right there. If you guys aren't aware of ZK, I think I've got that on my list here. This is the website, of course, if you guys weren't here for when we covered it when it was live. And of course, this is anonymous transactions. You got 100,000K, 1 million pulse, 10 million pulse, depending on what you're going to do there. And of course, you get a little coded, encrypted key there, and you need that to withdraw it after you send it. So yeah, you can check it out. They've got the docs in here as well. You can read the docs also. So that's a fork of Tornado Cash there. We did have previously of Hurry Cash, but I don't know whether that's been operating or not. But this is ZKZX. It seems to have big buying, sort of burning mechanism, stuff like that. So that is ticking away. I think there's only 100 million tokens as well, if I remember rightly. Let's go have a look in the chain. I think that's right. Yeah, 100 million ZKZX there. People are calling some big prices for this. Now, obviously 4.2 cents, certainly looking pretty good. It's got the opening price was at quadruple 096 here on the chart. It's pretty much found support at 1 cent, and now is up at 4.2 cents there. So doing pretty well and gaining a bit of attention in the marketplace. So that is ZKZX there, Tornado Cash fork, anonymous transactions. So and some interesting stuff there. All right, what else? That is a standout, 85%. I mean, you can't argue against that, right? What else is looking good there? PLN. So one of another on ramps. We talked about Coast earlier, but Pulse LN is another one of our on ramps. Now you can on ramp with the Bitcoin Lightning Network. So it really does add some really cool features to Pulsechain in terms of on ramping. And you can see you can do Bitcoin Lightning Network. You can do Ethereum, Optimism, Arbitrum there. So if you wanted to pick up some of that play on the Prodank sharding, you could use this to pick up some of those tokens. Yeah, it's kind of cool. So ticking away there. It's even got ETH Power, for goodness sake, and ETH W there. What's ETH W? Yeah, ETH Power there. Anyway, so those are some things you can consider. It is super fast, everybody. Super fast. And the other thing I was going to say is they do have, I thought they had, they have a referral here. You earn money there. I haven't used that, but they definitely have that there. Kind of cool. All right. So I hope you guys like that. That's another one that's good utility, getting priced up by the market as well. So kind of cool. And let's have a look how many tokens there are. Let's go to that. So these are all top utilities on Pulsechain. So definitely, if you want to think about a blue chip portfolio, definitely something you can consider having in that. And yeah, they've got a, what's that, a trillion? That's a trillion, 12 zeros. Wookie, is that 12 zeros? Is that 1 trillion? That's 1 trillion PLN tokens there. 62,000 holders. Damn. So very different type of tokenomics from ZKZX, the Tornado Cash fork there. But this is one of the big on-ramps, really. I think they're probably been picking up pace as well. So kind of cool at the moment. All right, that is that. And what's the market cap on this? 3.3 million, up 25% at the moment, and has broken up into a new value zone. Look at that. So it's broken up pretty much out of, let's say, around about 2.7 cents. So it's really up at 3.4 cents now. doing pretty well, right? Now the RSI, do we have the RSI? Let's pull up the RSI because this is what we're using to see whether something's overbought or so. Works on most charts, right? So just unless something's got some specific structural issues, then it may not read the market correctly. But in this case, we are slightly in the overbought territory here. So maybe we'll get a bit of consolidation here before moving. Just cool that RSI off a little bit there. All right, what else is looking pretty interesting? That's pretty much it at the moment. So those are really the standouts today. Tetra, ZKZX, and Pulse LN. Those are kind of, and they're all very good protocols on Pulsechain. So it's nice to see. All right, so those are the main groups. Let's get into some of the other stuff there. Now I want to talk quickly about. Let me just get into here. Hex Scout. Now a lot of you guys use Hex Scout, right? Obviously, there's been issues with the subgraphs from Alex McFurter. He's what do you call it? I just can't remember the quite right word there, but he's resetting those and starting over again. Hex Scout has just received its knighthood apparently. So obviously, if you're having issues with Hex Scout, it's just because they're trying to get the API working again. Apparently, that's going to be coming soon. Not sure if it's actually had any update. We'll check Alex McFurter in a minute. Hex Scout has just received its knighthood from the highest authority and will be introduced as a front end on hex.com. So this is really, really cool news to future Hexicans. Hex and HexScout.com are now moving side by side, full throttle towards mass adoption. We are grateful for this honor and the significant milestone for us and Hex. So that's kind of cool there. You can see Crypto Copy, the biggest influencer in the space. Congrats, was this thinking Staker app needed to be replaced? Thank you, Crypto Coffee. The Staker app is still available on the web version, but it seems to me to be okay if Steph sense that we've taken over the space to take over the next round of the season. Hexologist in there too. Congratulations, you were making awesome front end. Thank you, Hexo. Really appreciate it. And we'll have great new content templates for your shows in a few days. So nice stuff happening there, and a lot of people, acknowledging that in the space. So kind of cool. That is from Hex Scout. Now, just quickly, we'll go to Hex Scout again. So that's the news there, which I think is pretty big news. Now, 16 hours ago, they did apologize for the delay of launching the features because the API has gone down. So if you go and use Hex Scout and all your stakes probably aren't showing up. That's probably got some weird numbers. So don't panic. You haven't been rugged or anything. It's just that it's not pulling the data properly. So yeah, and Alex McFurter is working on that. Regrettably, the API we utilized encountered a breakdown due to excessive load, necessitating comprehensive rebuild with enhanced infrastructure to accommodate the burgeoning number of applications merging onto Pulsechain. So obviously that's not their issue, so they're just trying to get that fixed up. And of course, Alex McFurter was the one that's providing that update. So let's go to Alex McFurter, and he did have an update on this 19 hours ago. He said update 3, about halfway synced now, so syncing the data for the subgraphs and that. Fun fact, the Hex subgraph alone takes quite a while to sync because it records gas per user block there, and of course per block, which means even if there is no Hex transaction in the block, it still has to index it. When synced, it consumes about one, that tiddly there of space on its own. Maybe one day we'll make it more efficient there. So that's syncing away there. So that will be corrected in due course. So yeah, wait patiently for that. And so Hex Scout responded 7 hours ago. Alex, we're eagerly anticipating the final. And thank you for your tremendous effort towards our ecosystem. So once that's up and running, you should see Hex Scout working for your Hex stakes portfolios properly with the proper data. So keep an eye out for that with Hex Scout. So that's kind of cool. The other thing, of course, moving forward with the projects, Batias at the moment is looking good. Get ready. We're brewing up a groundbreaking Pulsechain open book model featuring AI-powered OTC. So AI-powered over-the-counter services. That means directly you and somebody else using smart contracts to do the trades. That's pretty cool with AI-poweredness there. It'll be interesting to see what that exactly means. DCA, of course, dollar cost averaging, limit order aggregation, and trading strategies. It's geared to fuel volume and user engagement across the ecosystem. Keep your eyes peeled for the grand reveal when our docs and website are loaded. So keep a lookout for that, folks. There's an opportunity there potentially as well. Meanwhile, the Batias team is on fire. Remember, Batias is pretty much probably, apart from PortalX, maybe the top DEX aggregator on Pulsechain. It means it gets you the best results with MEV bot protection as well. Kind of cool there. Meanwhile, the Batias team is on fire, planning to drop the staking portal and Pathfinder core upgrade real soon. So have been waiting for that staking portal come up there. So that's going to be fantastic. let the development vibes roll. So if you guys think, man, Pulsechain really is got some incredible teams leading some incredible value and leading DeFi, it really is happening pretty nicely. So big shout out to them. So Pteus definitely one. Obviously, PTS is definitely one to think about in your portfolio, right? So if we go to Pteus down here, let's have a quick look and see what the price is running at the moment. Pteus there is 12.7 cents, and that chart's looking really good. So I love it when the market has been lately since we pivoted back, against ECC prices. The market's now started to price up our best protocols on Pulsechain. I think you guys can see that in all the charts. So really cool. And man, we're still at the beginning of the bull market, so who knows where these could go. And these teams keep adding a lot of value. And of course, it's fun to see. And of course, their tokens keep disappearing with their tokenomics. So it's kind of good. All right, so that's Pteus. That is looking good in the future. Now, another one in the future, of course, is Algo. As you guys know, we've talked about Coast, the fiat on-ramp to Pulsechain. We talked about liquid loans with USDL. We've talked about Power City Earn protocol coming up. Obviously, that's been held back by the Fetch Oracle, waiting for that to be able to give them the data they need to launch the Power City Earn protocol. That's their liquidity fork, right? And that will collateralize PulseX and get that off the market. A big supply shock for PulseX coming up. And of course, it will also be a big demand shock because you'll have a third stablecoin, PXDC, on the market. So that's looking really good. But our fourth potential stablecoin coming to market, PUSD Algo, and as you know, this is from Jacob's ecosystem. Just like Tetra is innovative, just like Pteus is innovative, well, Jacob's ecosystem is really hyper innovative. He is doing so much new innovation. It really is at the top end of things. And of course, he's got multiple protocols. Obviously, PulseSpot, the world's first peer-to-peer crypto casino. And of course, that's incredibly complicated there. He's also obviously got TRH, which dominated in the sort of the bear market conditions with GameFi there. Done incredible. Also burning a lot of Richard Hart tokens off the market as well. He's got V4 coming up soon. And of course, also he's got TYCZ. That's a DeFi Binance that may be launching on BNB chain. But I've heard through the whispers, and this is just a little bit of whispers there. I've heard through the whispers that it could be launching on Pulsechain 2. Imagine that, a multi-chain launch. I like the sound of that. Now, no expectations, but just the whispers I've heard. But of course, the next one, of course, coming up is potentially PUSD Algo, the fourth stablecoin on Pulsechain, algorithmic, and using new technology, new tokenomics to have a fully DeFi approach to algorithmic stablecoins. It's going to be so good. And of course, using stability miners and liquid and limit orders could be really amazing. We saw the prototype operate like a boss, making mad fees and keeping very stable. So it gives you a very lot of encouragement about when this might go live, and a huge potential opportunity, right? Relatively low capital raise versus potentially huge commercial upside, and of course helps to solve the stablecoin trilemma, which is scalability and high TVL. So and if that does do that, as we're expecting, then could attract some big players and create huge value on Pulsechain. Could be absolutely amazing, like a super bank, right? Super bank. And that's what I'm excited about. The other thing, of course, not all sacrifices are created equal. And this is going to have 75% of its sacrifice funds day one go into the protocol. So 50% into liquidity pools. It's got to set up like 4 or 5 liquidity pools. And of course, 25% to the stability mine itself, part of the technology that's going to make this a boom. So looking really excited for that. Obviously, it's got incredible tokenomics. The main coin is going to be Algo, but like Luna was, and but you got no middleman, you got no humans mucking around in the thing. You got no taking away all the flaws that protocol had. And of course, the stable coin is PUSD, which you can't do a much better brand name than PUSD, right? Pulsechain USD stable, awesome. So that'll be the fourth potential stable coin on Pulsechain. The stability miner, of course, you're going to be able to make mad gains by providing liquidity for the stability miner and earn rewards for that. It's going to be pretty cool. There'll be lots of different liquidity that can be offered for that. You can see estimated returns you can earn potentially in Algo, Wrap USD, and Flex tokens. Flex tokens, of course, is going to be the incentive token for the platform. So not only do we have Algo, the main coin, not only do we have PUSD, the stable coin, but also we have Flex token, which is an incentive token. And you get paid Flex token for doing anything on the platform. So it's kind of a user token. If you do stuff on the platform, you get paid Flex token. And you're going to get rewarded from the V3 DEX. So you're going to have a utility that's paying you yield, not inflation, not getting paid from inflation, just made out of thin air. You're getting paid from a utility V3 DEX from the fees. So it's kind of bullish like that. Nice passive income for that one. You'll also be able to take your tokens. You'll be able to earn that from those, which will be pretty cool on the Flex token. You'll be able to stake your algo and your PUSD stable and earn modest returns. Not ridiculous returns like Anchor had when it was up for Terra Luna at 20% or so. So you're not going to have one of those flawed. It's going to be appropriate for the algo and USD stablecoin based on the growth of the ecosystem. You'll also be able to redeem your PUSD for algo again. You'll be able to do swaps, of course. You'll be able to unwrap your reward tokens, which will have delayed payouts with the wrap PUSD. So it's looking pretty bullish. So if that's not something that you looks like, it's obviously more speculative than other projects, but if you like this sort of thing, which potentially has huge potential, then definitely you can, sacrifice today. There are multiple tokens you can use so far. There's on Pulsechain, you can use eDai, USDC, USD Tether, etc. Pulsex, and Hex. On Ethereum, you can use DAI, USDC, USD Tether, Ethereum, Wrap Bitcoin, and Hex on those. And all you have to do is sacrifice to this wallet here. It ends in E223, and it will record your sacrifice. Just make sure you're connected to the platform there. You'll be able to check that out. There's two bonuses to get in this, right? So the first one is a referral bonus. You get 19% if you use the one in the video description, which is a very good one. It's basically second best that you can get. And then number two is if you do $1,000 inclusive of the referral bonus, you'll get access to the big bonus, bonus X, which is a random bonus between 1.01 and 2x. So obviously, if it's on the low end, it'll be on the low end. If it's on the high end, you get on the high end. It's just the luck of the draw, randomly assigned there. So let's have a look at an example here of somebody. So this person down here, they used a 19% referral bonus, so they're winning straight away. You can get that link in the video description. And then number two, they did over $1,000. They did 4,352 inclusive of their referral bonus. And then they got allocated a bonus X, which is a random number. They happened to got a very high one here, 1.92, which meant that they had $8,356 inclusive of those two bonuses. And for every dollar, they get 20 algo, 200 flex, and 0.01 RAT PUSD stable coins, which is that reward token. And so they ended up with 167,000 algo coins, 1.7 million flex tokens there, and they ended up with 83 wrapped PUSD there. So that's how it works. Those two bonuses are really, really important. Now, even if you're not doing something like up at $1,000 inclusive of the referral bonus, getting 9% referral bonuses, you're winning straight away, right? So it's kind of what you want to do there as well. So links in the video description. Check it out. Potentially the fourth stable coin on Pulsechain. Now, obviously, Jacob will have to reach his capital requirement to launch because, it's going to take maybe, I don't know, maybe $1 million to launch this project on the protocol. So we'll wait for more news from Jacob about that. But, man, could be huge, could be massive. All right, that leads us into, of course, Hex. So we're going to talk about that. Let's see who else has jumped in the chat there. Probably got a few comments before we get into the Hex chart. We're about 30 minutes past the day, so I keep on being a bit too early on the old Hex daily stats. Who else has jumped in here? Let me see here. I definitely got to those comments. And else there, just jumping through some of those comments. Let's go Hex baby, says QQ. Absolutely. Valiant says election year, so you don't know what they're going to pull around the economic fitness until November. That's true, Valiant. Let me have a look here. Some here. QQ says incentive token to $1,000. Man, wow. It's going to be fun to see that. Yep, for sure. What's that? Trump wins. Be careful. Yep, that's true. Yep, sure. The demons will create another black swan when Trump wins. Be careful. That's right. Yeah, they're trying to set him up. When I just copied Pelosi's trades, yeah, you'll be rich. That's true. Break free or die, says Tintop. QQ says I sold my ZK ZX, then it did a 2x. I knew it, says QQ. Yeah. Could do some pretty big prices. That's what people are expecting there. We've got Kristen in the house there. Hey everybody, what's cracking? Ain't good to see you, Kristen. The MACD was hella overextended, but these things can fly. They can hyper pump, yeah. But the RSI is a very good indicator most of the time. Good to listen to it, that's for sure. Christian is bullish on Tetra. Let's go. Got to run, says Valiant. Have a great weekend all. Have you too, Valiant. Patias, let's go. Another one in my collection there because it's Patias. Sorry, it's Christian. Yep. Let's jump through some of that. LFG Hexco, LFG Pulse Nation says, check my pulse. 23, the year of Pulsechain. 24, the year of the bull run. 25, the year of the revolution. Hex PLX for the win. Ivor's in house. Hey, Ivor. Yo, family. Good to see you, Ivor. Welcome to the chat as well. We've got Archie as well, one of our superstars. Hi, all. Good to see Archie. Welcome. Smash the likes, people. Says Excellent choice. Definitely smash the likes. And we got Brian. Brian is late, our community leader. What's up, folks? Late but made it. You did indeed, Brian. Always a pleasure to have Brian in the house, our community leader as well. All right. I don't know if we're up to the stats yet, what day are we at? 12, 15, 24. No, we haven't got them out yet. Still waiting for the Hex Daily stats. So let's jump straight to the Discord. If you guys haven't joined our Discord, the link's in the video description. It's $5 per month a membership, so it's a private Discord. We pretty much led the way onto Discord for Pulsechain and Hex community. So we've got about 1,250 members, so you get access to all the cool members, and we've got an incredible moderator and community team. They really do run the show there, and they do a great job helping people, and really it is a fun place to be. Now, we've got multiple chats, of course. We've got 6 different chat groups you can get into, including, I think, the only crypto helpline out there. So we get a lot of people get help in there asking questions. So it's kind of cool. And they get help by the community and moderators and people like that. We've got 3 audio chats. So we have chats in there all the time. We've obviously got a lot of regular members. Maybe you can become a regular member as well and get involved with that too. Make some good online friends and get all the insights into all the protocols. So we go to the next level than what we do on the YouTube channel. So you find out a lot about strategies, special intel. You're at the beginning of a lot of projects. Man, we're always front running a lot of these projects. So you get a lot of early access there too. We've obviously got most of the Pulsechain. We've probably got the most comprehensive Pulsechain information, useful links in there as well, including a lot of diagrams and charts. So it really is pretty awesome. I'm in there on a regular basis as well, which is always cool to spend time with everybody. It really is fun. So that's $5 per month, 16 cents a day, pretty good value. And of course, if you want to get into strategy at a deeper level on multi-chain, then we also have the strategy room. And of course, that is $35 a month. And we're also always hunting some of the best projects on all the top chains like Ethereum, BNB, Pulsechain, etc. like that. So if you like to get intel and talk about strategies, get the edge, that's the place to be. And of course, that includes the normal Discord membership for Pulsechain and Hex as well. So definitely well worth getting on that. And we've got a great bunch of people in there. All right, that is kind of looking cool. Now, if you haven't checked out Hex, of course, hex.com, then you can buy Hex on Pulsechain or Ethereum, and you can start mining more Hex today. Of course, this is Richard Hart's baby. This is the first token that he launched. He helped transform much of the market in DeFi with this, including making Uniswap popular. It really is incredible. Obviously, also leading the way on audits, and of course, certainly in tokenomics as well, with potentially Nobel breaking share rate and things like that. So very clever stuff here. Potentially the first CD on the blockchain as well. Not an ordinary CD, of course. Certificate of deposit, a supercharged one with DeFi tokenomics. And of course, I've done pretty well. One of the few coins to do at 10,000x last bull market. And of course, I'm very excited about where it will head this at the moment. And of course, you're still getting in very good prices at the moment for the bull run. So kind of cool. Once it runs, it's going to run, and you'll have to catch it if you can. That's kind of the play there. All right, so let's check it out. I don't know if we've got the results out yet. No, we haven't. Still waiting for those. So just the way it goes. That was a surprise. A surprise there. We'll come back to it in a minute. Before we do that, though, see who else has jumped in here in the chat as well. Let's see here. We got Sandy Beach with some funny hands and faces. That's Brian's there. My link to the Discord is way better than Wookie's link, just saying. So you can use Brian's link as well to join the Discord. Well worth it. We look forward to you joining. That's pretty much it. So yeah, big shout out. I think who else is? I think Raise the Rich has been doing some good stuff lately. Check out Raise the Rich's. Crypto Heartbeat's been doing some good stuff. Big shout out to them. They do absolutely amazing for the community. Yeah, I think KG with the Internet Money Wallet's been picking up a lot more interest and pace. So it's been doing some really good numbers as well. So fun things happening there. It's great to see Richard, getting out and about and really inspiring the community with his posts as well. Really is great to have him leading the way on many things. which is kind of cool. And what else? I think that's kind of it on there. So I'll look at these. I don't know if I can play that, but I always like this video here about Hex. This is kind of inspiring to me.
Light the candles. I'll light these candles at $1 on Hex. That's the next time I'm lighting. Yeah.
So I always like that inspiration, like the candles at $1. We think we can agree with all that. So very cool. All right, looks like we got the results out for Ethereum. So let's go back to that for Hex. And finally, they came out at a good time. So let's get into it. Bam. All right. So this is on Hex on Ethereum, the 2nd of February, 2024. Can you believe it? We're already in February. We only just had the New Year's and we're already in February. Time flies. 8500th of a penny at the moment on the old Ethereum side there for Hex. Up, down 5.8% from yesterday. And what else? Hex payment. Wow, massive payment today. Massive payment for Hex T-share miners. 9.443 Hex per T-share. Wow, that's incredible. No change in the share rate at the moment, 31,900. Average mining length is 7.1 years for Hex on Ethereum, which is pretty long. And APY rate there, 54%. Amazing result today for T-share miners. Really, really good. What else we got going in there? The T-shares are down. They continue to go down. We're at 9,553,000 T-shares. Now, we may get a nice resurgence in the T-shares. So T-shares have been declining on the Ethereum side, which means that if you've got T-shares, you're earning even more. I mean, you're really sitting in the golden seat. But what I would say is we're going to be getting party token out from Maximus team. That could potentially boost the amount of T-shares both on Pulsechain and Hex on Ethereum. And also we've got the Stakehouse coming from Magic Carpet Ride. So those are two big staking pools, and they may see quite a big resurgence in the T-shares. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out when they both launch. So those are all coming down the line, those Hex derivatives, party token pools. We may see a lot of influencers set up their own pools, and they have referral programs in those. So it's kind of encouraging. You know, anyone with a network, don't have to be an influencer on YouTube, for example, it could be on X or any sort of social platform, or just have a big network somehow. Then that's definitely possible. You could just do something with your family as well. I mean, it doesn't really stop. You know, anyone can set those up. So it's going to be pretty awesome to see these big pools coming down from Maximus and the Magic Carpet Ride team with Party and Stakehouse. So keep an eye out for those. That's coming in the future for Hex derivatives. And that T-share pool could change a little bit based on that. We've got 9.3% of coins are locked at the moment. We had a massive 50.3 million in Hex penalties today. Wow. And you guys know 25% goes to the T-share miners. We've got 90 million in the payout pool today. Yeah, boy. Bring it on. So that's kind of cool. And of course, we got current change holders up 16, liquid holders, and the current miners are down for 118,979. But look at that payout today. Wow, is that juicy? Man, feel good. I feel good. It's good being a T-share holder and getting those sweet rewards for people that don't keep their responsibilities. Now, we don't seem to have Pulsechain numbers out yet. I'm really looking forward to see what they look like. So we might hold on just to see a couple more minutes to see whether that comes out. That'd be pretty awesome. All right, let's get back in the chat. Probably got a couple more comments. Check My Pulse says, if you build it, they will come. The world is coming to Pulsechain. That's right. Woohoo! Check My Pulse, getting excited today. I like your attitude today, man. That's like, you're like a example for the community. That's for sure. Sandy Beach says, I'm at 3,499 followers again. Yeah, look, if people want to follow Sandy, let's get Sandy to that 3,500 mark because that's been a little while in the making there. I'm waiting for that to happen. Brian says 25%. What did I say? 25% for? What's that referring? Yeah, I said 50% of the penalties go to stake into the reward pool. Is that what you meant? I think that maybe, I'm not sure what we're talking about there. I think that might be it. Nobody could get this yield on Bitcoin. We are so blessed. Yeah, Hex is really the better Bitcoin, right? That's the idea of it. So obviously we don't have the big institutions flying into it, apart from maybe the Hex Investment Trust. But in terms of design, it really is designed better from that point of view. All right, let's jump over. Have we got the results? No, still not out yet for Pulsechain. I was hoping to be able to read those out. But pretty awesome stuff happening around the ecosystem. We're getting ready. So Magic Carpet Ride is the next one we're expecting to launch. So the Magic Carpet Ride platform, currently obviously on testnet. Barista's on test network. That's a Liquid Lines front end, and of course their staking protocol is also out for the Magic Carpet Ride. We've actually been testing it yesterday. I'm going to bring it up because stake testnet, what they call it, the buffet there. Let's bring it up because I've been testing it, as you guys know. Let me just log on first and see what rewards I've got. Now on testnet, let's see here. So bam, let's go. We've just pulled these up while we're waiting for the Pulsechain numbers. And there it is. So there we are. This is the Magic Carpet Ride. Let me just zoom in on this a bit better for the screen. But we've got, this is the main sort of staking platform. So obviously this is their main sort of staking platform. Therefore, they've got 3 protocols coming, and they're going to feed fees into this protocol. So they're going to have a Stakehouse, which is going to be a Hex staking pool technology, so allow people to do staking pools. They're going to have Bistro, which is going to be the over-the-counter. I think it's going to be the first one to market quite easily. And then number 3, we've got the Barista front end for Liquid Lines, which could be pretty profitable as well, with auto balancing and bean token. So it's going to have a lot of rewards there too. As you guys know, we've been harvesting that. Now, if we go to staking here, we can see that you can stake your MCR 369 tokens. Now, they had a sacrifice, right? So if you had those tokens, you'd be able to do that. The other alternative, if you didn't do the sacrifice for MCR tokens, then you would be able to buy them on Pulsechain using the Pulsechain testnet v4, which is out there, which you can use to buy. It's getting pretty expensive because we've been buying all the tokens off the market there. So it's like, not just me, but others. But yeah, you can try your luck there. You can see at the moment I got 9.95% of the pool because I bought heaps of Pulsechain tokens, heaps of MCR tokens off Pulsechain testnet there, just so I could get a good position on here for fun. That's really for fun. It's just testnet, but hey, we are trying to get more bean tokens. So let's see what rewards I got today. So it looks like I got another 951 bean tokens and 120,000 USDL, which is pretty nice on testnet. So we can claim those fees. Let's do it. I really like the setup here. These guys have done a really nice UI. It really does look good, and it runs pretty smoothly too. So we'll just watch this process on Pulsechain testnet v4. That's where we are at the moment. Kind of cool. I was just above 10% yesterday, so I've fallen a little bit here on the pool. I might have to go and buy some more Pulsechain if there's any left. MCR tokens. It's ticking away. It is on testnet v4, remember? So yeah, just waiting for that to process. Pretty cheap fees too, remember testnet, how cheap fees are. There we are, transaction complete successfully. So I've got those rewards now. They've come into my earned table there and increased my balances, so looking pretty good. Obviously, I can stake those MCRs or unstake. You can see I've almost got 7.8 million MCRs. Remember, I didn't sacrifice for the MCR sacrifice, but I went and bought them on Pulsechain there quickly after I did the live stream. So pretty good on the dashboard. You can see the market cap and all that on the testnet at the moment. Obviously, all these are fictional prices, but when they do go live, man, it's going to be fun to see that all be hooked into the actual Pulsechain mainnet and Pulsechain prices. So it'll be fun to see them operate. So it's coming soon. It was supposed to, last weekend we thought it was going to happen, but it didn't happen last weekend. So we'll keep an eye on that. And of course, Barista is their stability pool, their front end for Liquid Lines. So it'll be the first Liquid Lines front end, and they'll be offering more rewards, right? And of course, the advantage of auto balancing. So that'd be pretty cool, maximizing your compounding rewards there. So yeah, I've got some line token. Let's take some of that while I'm out here. Obviously on testnet, I'm a bit of a whale on here, but this is testnet, right? So 6% of the pool here on the thing. So we have been trying to, this is on testnet, so mining more bean token because apparently there was going to be some rewards given to those that are practicing on testnet and using it. So that's why we've been doing it there. Everyone likes freebies, right? Everyone likes freebies. And let's go to staking pool. And I can actually stake these loan tokens that I just got. So we're going to approve those loan tokens for staking, another 62 million. And let me just process that. Bam, let's approve. And that's processing as well. So it's been a while since I've been doing any sort of stuff on like using the test nets here, diagrams. Let me know in the chat if you like this sort of stuff, because some people do. Some people like it when they see other people, playing around with these platforms. Brian says, get Sandy over 3,500 followers on X Pro platform. Definitely do that. Christian says, can you post MCR 369 testnet URL? I will do that. All right, so let's stake 100%. And I always have to get rid of my decimals for some reason. Let's confirm that. Other people don't seem to have the problem. And so now we're going to stake that, right? So we're going to top up our position. Now I have 2.33% of the staking pool. Let's see the rewards. I've got earned another 1,393 bean, which is the main goal, right? That's what we're doing in terms of potentially getting a airdrop reward for that. So probably the only place you can do a testnet that I'm aware of that you actually get real rewards potentially. So fingers crossed on that one. That is the play. All right, so cool. And I'm going to refresh the UI, and I think I'm up to what 1,312,911 beans. So that's pretty cool. Now there is liquidations as well. I don't know if we can liquidate anybody. No, apparently no one can be liquidated quite at the moment. This button needs to go. I'm not sure what color it goes, but you can't liquidate anyone there. So that is that. If you want to play around on the Staker testnet, then I'll post the links in the chat. Bam. And if you want to play around Barista, I will post the links to that too. Let me post the links to that. Bam. If you want to play around, those are the places there. And if you do get some more bean, remember you can use testnet v4 for Pulsechain. Now, if you don't have the links for testnet v4, you can come to our Discord under useful links. We do have all the links there for testnet, Pulsechain testnet v4 under useful links. So if you want some help with that, moderators can help you too. All right, let's go back. I think we've got the stats, have we? No stats for Pulsechain. Oh, sorry about that. I was really hoping to get the stats for Pulsechain out today. We'll keep a lookout for that though. We're only up to an hour and one, but definitely that's something to think about. Crypto Cognito in the house there. Cognito, good to see you. Welcome to the chat. Bobflish King, the emoji king, is in the house too. Sandy Beach says, I love testnet, but mainnet would be better. It's coming soon. Check my pulse says 76 days till Bitcoin halving and commencing countdown engines online. Taking clients for sudden wealth syndrome. Anonymous says, check my pulse. Those are the links there if you want to play around with the Barista testnet. And that is the Barista product there if you want to harvest some bean on there too. Both of them will get bean rewards. You will probably need to go to Pulsex on testnet v4 to buy any if you did not sacrifice. If you sacrifice for a Barista for market cap ride 369, then you would have got you'd have some airdrop in your wallet. You just need the wallet you use for your sacrifice. That's pretty much it. All right, we don't seem to have the Pulsechain numbers out. I think I've waited for that. I'll try and talk about those tomorrow. I wonder we must have probably reasonable chance we've got some penalties on there too. But take care. All right, we're up to an hour and 2 minutes. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell, see you in Discord. And if you want to get into that PUSD Algo, the fourth stablecoin opportunity on Pulsechain, man, it could be a juggernaut. I'm very optimistic about that. Hopefully we'll make it on the capital side of things, but stay tuned for that as well. And I'll catch you again for the next time that we do another live stream. Take care, everybody, and onwards and upwards for Pulsechain. Pump your bags in the bull market. We're only getting warmed up. Things are going to be pretty amazing. Any thoughts on PXDXN? Well, it speaks for itself, doesn't it? PDXN doing very well. And I think even PZN was doing pretty well until the recent pullback. But I'm sure that's going to do pretty well moving forward as well, especially with the X1 chain coming up. Take care. All says life beneath. Absolutely. All right. Cheers, everybody. What am I playing? I'm trying to find something here. Let me pull up this music video. Bam. Let's. All right. Peace out, everybody. Bye for now. See ya.
Well, I drifted off again at work, thinking about Pulsechain. And occasionally I think back to that twerk, Richard Hart bringing his game. Well, I didn't make the sacrifice 'cause I came too late, but day one I'm still making it rain. Oh, I drifted off again at work, thinking about Pulsechain. I woke up in a sweat last night, dreaming about post-X. Won't be long before I'm going to bed wearing a Rolex. There's so much to love about it, I can't pick my favorite. It's almost better than sex. Well, oh, I woke up in a sweat last night, dreaming about post-X. If you wanna be set up for life, you better stake your hat. Might as well start with 5, a financial suplex. Generational wealth is just a click away. It's a Nobel Prize worthy flex. If you wanna be set up for life, you better stake your hats. A financial suplex, a Nobel Prize worthy flex. You better stake your hat.